Welcome to Saran's Home Cooking. I'm very happy to see you with one of the best recipe of chocolate cheesecake. This recipe is so perfect for home cooking. You don't need to have a great baking skills. With a very few ingredients, we can make a very tremendous chocolate cheesecake from home. For the chocolate cheesecake base, I'm gonna use this fantastic Oreo biscuit. This is a very lovely biscuit. It got a nice cream in the middle. That will give a good richness for our cheesecake. So we're gonna powder this 200 gram of Oreo biscuits. Add 50 gram of melted butter. Just mix this gently. I have taken a 7-inch ring for the chocolate cheesecake. Once it's nicely mixed, the biscuit and the butter, let's place it on the ring. Just press it nicely. Actually, you can use a glass to press more firm. Exactly like this. This will help us to keep the biscuit compact and tight. Also, we'll have to make sure that all the edges are nicely pressed as well. After we press this nicely, we're gonna leave it in the freezer for 1 hour. I've taken 160 gram of dark chocolate. I'm gonna melt them in a double boiler. Make sure the water is boiling in the saucepan. I always cover the edges with a cloth so the bowl of chocolate directly not touching the pan. So nicely, gently melt this chocolate in the double boiler. Now I have a cream cheese here. I'm gonna whip them with the powdered sugar. You can use a whisk or electric blender. I have taken 280 gram of cream cheese. Just mix this nicely. Add 100 gram of powdered sugar. Mix this very well till the mix is cream and smooth. In this stage, add our melted chocolate as well. Mix this also. We have mixed this very nicely, chocolate and the cream cheese. Now we're going to do the whipped cream. The basic principle is the cream needs to be nice and chill, so we're going to beat them into soft peak consistency. Take 100 ml of whipped cream and whip them to soft peak consistency. Take a spatula and add all the whipped cream in the chocolate mix and fold it nicely. The biscuit is nice and set. Now we're going to add this filling in the mold. By using the palette knife, you can level this chocolate cheesecake mix nice and even. And also the cheesecake mix went all the way off the bottom. For chocolate cheesecake, it's almost ready. Now, it needs 4 to 6 hours to set. Once it's nice and set, we're gonna pour some chocolate ganache on the top. So we'll have to make sure little gap here so to fill the ganache. So I'm gonna leave it in the fridge for overnight. Leaving overnight is the best decision. Tomorrow morning, we'll pour the chocolate ganache on the top. After resting for overnight, our chocolate cheesecake is perfectly set. Now time to make the ganache. There are many ways to make a chocolate ganache. This is a very easy way. Chop this chocolate very fine, heat up the cream, pour them on the top. In 2 minutes it's ready. 80 gram of chopped chocolate in a bowl. I'm taking 100 ml of whipped cream. I don't want to buy a separate cream, one for a whipping, one for a ganache. So I'm just using the whipped cream for everything. It works very well if you follow this recipe. So just make sure the cream is heat up nicely till it reach the boiling temperature. Once it's nice and hot, pour over the chocolate and make sure the chocolate simmering in the cream for 2 minutes. Then you start to mix. Once the chocolate is nicely melted, start to pour them on the chocolate cheesecake. It's looking lovely. Now let's keep this chocolate cake in the fridge for an hour so the ganache will be set very perfect. While chocolate cake resting in the fridge, let's do some nice garnish. As I always say, garnish is absolutely your choice, but I like to share my idea. I'm gonna make some chocolate ganache, rest it in the fridge, then I'm gonna whip them, I'm gonna pipe them around, I'm gonna place some raspberries. We make the ganache same way how we did before, only the ratio is little different. So I'm using 100 gram of chopped chocolate, 75 ml of hot cream over the chocolate, and leave it for 2 minutes and start to mix. I'm gonna rest this chocolate ganache in the fridge for half an hour. This is a very easy way to do hot cream and chopped chocolate. If you're very comfortable doing in a double boiler method, no problem, you can do it. As long as the cream is not boiling too much or the chocolate temperature is not too high. If it's too high, the chocolate will start to split. The butter will come out from the chocolate. Then it's very difficult. So do it carefully and rest it for half an hour in the fridge. After 30 minutes in the fridge, it's nice and chilled. Let's start with this cream. When it's nice and fluffy, you stop them. Make sure you're not over beating this. Garnish for a ganache is ready to pipe. Our chocolate ganache also perfectly set. Knife, dip them in hot water, just go around the edges so we can demold them. Once you demold them, you can see the edges not very smooth. So take a palette knife, dip them in hot water, just go around the edges so you get a perfect smooth texture of the chocolate cheesecake. Now let's pipe the whipped chocolate ganache on the top of the chocolate cheesecake. It's really looking lovely. Also, I'm adding some raspberry in the inner layer. Hope you enjoy watching this tremendous chocolate cheesecake. It looks really lovely. It suits for any celebration, birthday, New Year, wedding day, Valentine's Day. It looks so perfect. Thank you.